Hello and welcome to the advanced session on model management. Let's talk about the problem statement we are going to address today. So let's say we have this is sample application. This is a common page where I have the username and password. I have to enter both of these details, click the login button, and these are the different. This is a home page. These are the different functionalities available. So I might be doing a bill pay or open a new account or just look at accounts overview. And there can be multiple other functionalities as well. So this is only a sample application. So let's say you start to build the model. There will be one main activity diagram. You will have lots of branches because there are lots of functionalities. But as and when the functionality of the application grows, the model size grows, and uh, there might be issues related to the performance of both the client, the one that the creator client, which where you create the structure diagram and activity diagram, and also the test case generation performance as well. So we have a standard guideline in our deployment guidelines, which says split the model. So the recommendation for this particular example would be that maybe the account overview can be one different model, separate creator project. The bill pay could be a separate creator project. But then the argument comes where how do I handle the common functions, both the structure diagram and the activity diagram, which are common? If I create duplicates, if I create a copy of in this case, the login flow and the structure diagram for the welcome screen, this screen. And if there is a change, I'll have to duplicate that effort into multiple places, which is not a very good idea on the maintenance from the maintenance perspective. So this is where we talk about the concept of primary and secondary. So the primary, in this concept, the primary model will hold all the common structure diagrams and activity diagrams. So any change that happens onto that flow or to the screen, you do it only one place. But then how do we link it? Okay, before that, the secondary models hold the functionality in exclusive functionality, a piece of exclusive functionality, which the multiple secondary models together make the entire applications models. Like say, the bill pay will be one model, the account overview will be another model, create new account will be another model itself. Now the issue comes, how do I link them? How do I use the common structure diagrams and activity diagrams into my individual secondary projects? Because the secondary projects will need to have a test case end to end of its own, so that the secondary projects needs to also be able to have the common structure diagrams and the common activity diagrams, like the login flow and the logout flow. Now, Creator allows this functionality to link them. Let's see how it does. So this is my primary model, let's say, and I have this structure diagrams, is sample structure diagram file, and couple of flows for login and logout. And here I have a new project where I'm supposed to build the exclusive functionality of a module of a particular flow. So let's say I have already created a folder here. So how do we link that? Okay. So I create new folder, and in this folder, I go to advanced link alternate location. So I'll go to my primary project's active location. So this is my primary. I'll open the model, and these are the two folders I want to get into the secondary model. So I will give the browse and give the path. So this is an absolute reference. If I click finish, you can see all my structure diagrams and activity diagrams have come on to this secondary model, secondary project as well. Um, the changes are interdependent. You can open a file, add a, let's say, okay, before that, let me also open the source file. So the source file and target file are exactly same, as you can see. This screen, this is a sample screen I'm referring to. And now let's say I will open the primary structure diagram and add, let's say there is a change on the functionality, and I'll add a captcha field. I'll save it, and you can see that I'm going to the new project, open the structure diagram file here. The field has also been reflecting here. And the same thing applies to the activity diagram as well. Um, so this is the folders linkage. I can also link to a particular file. So let me just select a particular file, file, advanced, link to the file system, browse. And let's say I'm just selecting a sample file here. So it's just a AD file and click open. And you can see it's been available. So you can right click onto the file, go to properties, and you can see there is an edit button. So this is a location details, one which is a referential location, the one is which is an actual location. So this is the actual location. This is where it is actually available. So this is how the links can be created. So you have your common files in a one particular project. You are building a secondary model. You refer the common files to the secondary model without actually creating them. So this helps in model management. And there are further few stuff that we want to show you. So this is basically I have in this version, I have selected both the structure diagram and the activity diagram. But if you are using the structure diagram library, what you can do is okay, right? You create, like we just created the file. You can create a new file. Let's say you have already created a structure diagram library for your primary project. So in this case, I have the structure diagram library in a different location. So I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. Select the file. Click finish. So the structure diagram library file is also available, and then I don't need to have uh, the reference to the folder itself. So you link your activity diagrams via a folder. You link your structure diagrams via a structure diagram library file. So that's up to you how you want to manage it. So these are the two. So this is my sample secondary project which I have already created for the demonstration purposes. And in the version one, we have activity diagrams, and in the version two, we have the structure diagram library. Okay, so what I showed you is a hard-coded path, but we have some concept called path variable. So now, if in this case, if I have to go, okay, I'll just use my secondary project here. So I'll right-click on the folder and go for properties. Sorry, not here. I'll try to create a new folder, and then I will be able to access that. So here there is a button called variables. So if I click this variables, so these are some of the system defined variables: the Eclipse home, the parent location, the project location, workspace location. So these are all variables, and based on your setup, your workspace location and all, this structure is automatically created. So this is all variables. These variables can be used to create new variables. So here I can write something and use an existing variable. Hey, this is how I have created this repo lock. See this, sorry, this lock workspace. So I have used an existing workspace lock variable, and extended it. So this way you can create multiple variables of your own and not give a hard-coded path. Let's say you want to share your projects to another person via Git. Now, in this case, hard coding the path, the exact path from your system may not be true for the other person. So use these variables, define your path variables, you create new ones by using existing ones, and then you can uh, make a relative path which will hold true for all the people, irrespective of their final workspace location into their machines. Um, So this information, this new variable information is also shared across multiple people. Now, if I go to my secondary project, this is primary. So if I go to my secondary project and open my project folder and this dot project file, so you can see that there are this two variables that I was just talking about. So the second variable was um the relative path, and this is an absolute path. Both have been stored. So yeah, if you don't give any absolute path referring to your own machine, then all the variables are stored in the dot project file and also shared with the other people. And whenever they clone it, it will be exactly same how you have defined it. So using these concepts, yeah, the big model can be split into multiple other smaller pieces, which will help in both client manage the workspace management as well as the test generation performance management. Now, the lesser the number of so lesser the scope of individual secondary project, the you don't have to open all the big project. Let's say you are really working on only a small piece, in this case, the bill pay. And if you have only one big project, you should still open the entire project. So which means the entire project will be loaded onto the RAM and the processing power will be huge. But if you have split that into multiple smaller projects, you will only be opening the bill pay project. You will not be opening the entire big model. Um, the rest will be there. The rest will be part of the workspace. They will be part of the GitHub origin repository as well. They will also be shared with the other people, but you as a individual user will only be working on one particular model. So which means you only open one, you can close the other projects, and this reduces the memory allocation on the client. And this also helps in the test case generation performance. If you really want test cases only for bill pay, you don't have to load the entire model and generate test cases for the entire model. So these are the advantages, and we just showed you how to um, um, split that big model into multiple smaller projects and also avoid the pitfalls of duplication of common functions. Thanks for watching.